Hi, welcome to Reflective Practitioner video number 3. This one is on building capacity, namely what can principals do to build the capacity of their current staff and building them up to reach their professional capacities, and that way they can fill in roles that are needed across the campus, and we can really hone in on each individual's teacher's aspirations, what they're passionate about, what they're motivated by, and utilize them in a way that supports students. So when I'm looking at what the book has, there is a web graphic where we are asked to identify the professional experiences that motivate us to work hard and invest our time, thought, and energy into our school. So my biggest motivations that I wrote on my longer lines were that I'm motivated by making a difference in my community. Being born and raised in the community that I'm serving right now, it goes pretty far. I've been in this, my family has been in this area for 4 generations now, and I don't plan on leaving anytime soon. So building a community in a traditionally transient community is difficult, but important. Also, opportunities for enrichment and more achievement. I really always seek out professional development opportunities, and it motivates me to be better at what I'm doing, as well as collaborating with my team, with my staff, with my students on how to make events or whatever it is that I'm planning better and more accessible to all students. The smaller things that motivate me are like school-wide PD, recognition from peers. I don't necessarily live off pats on the back. I know I'm good at what I do. That's why I have the job that I have, and I push through on it. I have a high academic emphasis in that this is my second master's degree, and I don't really see myself stopping here. I'm not necessarily in the personal position to just jump right into an EDD or a PhD program, but that is definitely in my future. So more on to what principals need to understand in order to build this capacity. I think it's important for principals to know their staff on a personal level, so that way they understand what motivates them from a personal and professional level. That way they know what gems are in their staff, and they can use those gems to push their agenda, essentially, that's going to help increase the school and create a better environment for them as a whole. One thing that principals can avoid saying in order to undermine teacher, or in order to not undermine teachers, is we need to stop saying things like, come on guys, we've got this, let's just power through. There's a notion of toxic positivity in schools right now across the nation, where teachers are gaslighting each other for taking days off. Administrators are gaslighting staff for not period covering, not being team players, essentially. Now, I'm kind of torn on this issue, because being a team player doesn't necessarily mean that I get steamrolled over and I'm a doormat just because my teacher next door to me is dealing with X, Y, and Z and can't come to work. So while it makes sense for everyone in the staff to kind of take on roles that are being left, we also need to make sure that we're protecting our teachers that are saying yes to things. We need to make sure that we aren't asking the same 5 or 6 teachers to do everything on campus. They can't all be club advisors. They can't all be coaches. And they can't all be instructional leaders. And we can't have one teacher or one staff member, one group of staff members who is all of that. At my site right now, all of our department chairs are also coaches. All of our department chairs and coaches are also PLC leads. They're also club advisors. Their plate is so full that they can't even step out of what they're doing to help another teacher who's maybe absent, because they can't period sub. So we cannot, as leaders and as humans, we can't keep gaslighting each other into doing something that isn't necessarily in our job description. while it's important to ensure that we are serving our students, we can't do it at the cost of our staff. So that's where I'm at on motivation of teachers. I think effective motivation would be working alongside them, letting your teachers and staff know that you're part of their team. You're not just someone who tells them what to do, but you're going to be there in the trenches with them daily, day in, day out. New things that are coming down the line from the state, from the district, whatever it is, they suck. You don't want to do them. Nobody wants to do them, but they need to get done. So as leaders, you have to be willing to step out of your position and to be the mentor that your teachers need to motivate them to get to where you want them to be, or where they want them to be. So that was a very long-winded way of saying, in order to motivate teachers to build their capacity, you have to know them, you have to be a human, you have to have compassion and empathy in understanding everything that is going on now. In school, out of school, at home, doesn't matter. Everyone's plates are overflowing, and as leaders, we need to mitigate that.